Should you be writing on Medium or should you be writing on Substack? I've built a decent audience on both platforms. And this is the only video that you need to watch on the topic because I'm going to give you the straight truth and the full no BS comparison between both platforms so that you don't waste months writing on a platform that doesn't work for you. But before getting started, if you actually want to get your hands on the profitable blogging system, the blogging system that I've been using and still using today, you can get it for free by clicking the first link in the description. Okay, so the first criterion, and this is going to be an important one, is actually which platform is easier to use. Because, writing online is not something that will happen overnight. So you will actually need to write dozens, if not hundreds of articles to actually build an audience and then start making money at the back of it, right? So if you actually take a look at my Medium account, as you can see, I have published over 300 articles. If you actually take a look at my Substack account, I've published over 226 long form pieces of content. This is without the 700 plus notes that I've written. So all this to say that the platform that you're going to interact with is damn important. And if you're a kinesthetic person like myself, you actually like working with tools and platforms that feel elegant and that feel good to you. So let's just take a look at how Medium actually looks like. So here's how Medium looks like. So as you can see, you have a feed right here. And then all you have to do is you can simply start, clicking and reading these articles. But what's most important for you as a writer is like, how does the writing interface actually look like? And as you can see, it's pretty clean, right? So that's the Medium editor. I think it's one of the best and the cleanest working environments ever, right? So it's better than Google Doc. It's better than Obsidian. It's better than a bunch of other paid tools out there. So now let's take a look at Substack. So Substack, on the other hand, is quite clunky. So first of all, like once you're going to connect, you're going to see this news feed with these kind of short form notes. Then you have to battle a bit, right? They quite improved over the past few months, but as you can see, you have the activity, you have the post. You don't know what's a long form post, what's a short form post. If you want to create something, you can actually create this quickly in the dashboard. And here's how the interface looks like for writing notes and for blog posts. So the editor again on Substack isn't bad, right? But it's not as elegant as on Medium. So the point right here goes clearly to Medium. So Medium is way simpler to use simply because there aren't all these bells and whistles, right? It's just like you write your piece, you publish it, you submit it to a publication, that's it. Now, number two, let's just talk about the time commitment. So if you're like my clients, you already have a full-time job on the side, right? Which means that you can really dedicate 2, 3, or 4 hours to actually writing online. So now let's just take a look at like, what does it actually take to grow on Substack? So Substack is pretty simple. So first of all, you can write this kind of short form notes, and these are going to get you attention and traction, especially if you're just getting started, right? So as you can see, like these are short brain farts that you can write in 3 to 5 minutes. So I would suggest at least posting 1 to 3 notes every day. And how long does it take you to actually write such a note? When you're inspired, this might take you 2 minutes and then you're done with it. On the flip side, on Medium, if you actually want to grow, what you need to do is you actually need to write full-fledged articles. Think 500 to 700 words. So Substack has also a long-form feature, and it's called posts. Some call it newsletters. That's not necessarily primarily how you grow on Substack. So even though you could write an article between 30 to 45 minutes, Substack is still going to take probably less time than having to write a daily article on Medium. So in terms of time commitment, the point goes to Substack. Point number 3, how do you actually get discovered on both platforms? So on Substack, there are basically 2 ways to get discovered. Number 1, you write short form notes, right? And number 2 is you write long form articles, right? But there is a third component that most people miss. It's the fact that you also need to comment and like other people's posts, because this is how you're going to get discovered in the algorithm, right? So it's definitely more on the social media side of things. But contrast this to Medium, where you actually don't need to interact. All you need to do is you simply write your article and then simply post it. And that's it. And then you actually let the algorithm do its job. So this is the fundamental difference between Medium and Substack. So if you're okay and willing to interact with others and be more on the social media side of things, then simply go for Substack. And if you simply like to sit down, write, post, and ghost, then you might want to explore Medium. So now comes the next point. How do you actually make money? Substack actually makes money by you setting up a subscription. That's why you see a lot of Substack publications sell subscriptions for $5, $8, $10, $20 a month, right? So the narrative sounds compelling. Like you can charge your readers directly. The problem is that the math actually doesn't work out. On Medium, what happens is that most readers actually pay a membership, right? And what happens is that at the end of the month, Medium is going to make some calculations based on the time spent on each article and the memberships. And then they're going to send you, as a writer, some money. This is also a terrible way to make money. And this is why on both platforms, how this actually works is that you get people onto your email list, right? And then you actually sell something to that audience on the back end, right? That's how you make money with this. It's not by using the platform money, right? It's the exact same thing on YouTube, especially when you have a small audience. What you do is you get people from YouTube onto your email list. It's exactly the same thing. So in terms of front-end monetization, I'd actually say that Medium is way easier because all you do is you simply write. You don't have to think about a specific strategy about how to sell your subscriptions, etc. So it's definitely easier if you're just getting started. So that point goes to Medium, even though these front-end monetization strategies are crap. Okay, so now you might be thinking, which platform should I choose? Well, here is what I recommend you doing. Don't pick between the two. What you're going to do is, since you're going to write long-form articles anyways for either or Medium, what you can do is you can simply post the same article on both platforms. And yes, this is totally, in fact, that's exactly what I'm doing. Take a look at this article right here. It's the exact same article that I also published on Substack. So there's absolutely no harm in repurposing that. And no, you won't get penalized. So it's all fine. So now here's what you probably need. If you actually want to write on both platforms, one of the best ways is to be able to crank out these articles in 30 to 45 minutes. And I've created a cheat sheet with 3 specific templates that I'm using all the time to actually bang out these articles fast. And yes, these are articles that are going to pull in readers and subscribers. So if you actually want to get your hands on these, make sure to click the link in the description and I'll send them to you for free. So I hope that this comparison was helpful and I see you in the next one.